Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to B Sports Picks. So first, let me start off by saying that we yesterday we broke our streak. We were on a 3-day winning streak, and then yesterday came to an end. So we did not lose a lot. We only lost about a unit, but there was some very, very fishy stuff going on, like there usually is, especially in the NFL. I'm going to show you this video. It's about a minute long, but then I'm going to get into two plays for the NBA for sticking around. And then I'm also going to show you the streaks for shots on goal and for the PRAs. So again, I'm going to hook you guys up with two plays in basketball. One of them has been hitting for us very strong, which is the unders for the whole game for the unders. So again, let me just get right into it. Let me show you this video. But let me show you this video. We had the Colts. I had been talking about the Colts all week. They should have won this game. But let me just show you the kind of fishy crap that goes on. Let me know if you can hear this. It's about a minute long, and then I'll come right back. I'm going to talk about the two plays, and then, like I said, shots on goal and points, rebounds, and assists. All right, here we go.
But we're in the fourth, and the Texans are driving, but it appears that drive is coming to an end as they're taking a snap.
The game is about to come to an end right there. 14 minutes left. They're tied.
On 3rd and 15, when part one of this horrendous call is going to happen. The play clock winds all the way down to 0 and is at 0.
So literally the time runs out for them to snap the ball, and they don't. And then he still goes for about another 2-3 seconds before he snaps the ball.
For a full second before the ball gets snapped, which is way too long. But that shouldn't matter as Stroud steps back, fires a dart into the ground as his wide receiver is tripping over himself to take them to fourth down. So missing that delay of game should be no big deal. But wait, the refs could not let this play not be messed up worse than it is. They're going to double down and call a pass interference, which with everything so bang, maybe you didn't see it. So let's take a second look at oh my God.
This guy did not even get touched.
Touches this guy's arm before the wide receiver trips on his own volition.
Well, not only two major things there, okay? Like I said, I don't like to complain about is this shit rigged, stuff like that. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But stuff like this is ridiculous. The Colts were supposed to win this, things like that. So then they don't call that he doesn't snap it on time. Plus, he throws the ball away like that, and then they call a foul. Anyways, let me get right into the plays, guys. Let me get started here. The other thing that happened very quickly, I had this under right here, and I actually gave this one away. It was part of the video that I created yesterday, the Phillies and Atlanta. Everything looked good, and then at the end, they ended up doing a overtime. And then you can see right there, it killed it at the end because they went into overtime. You can see the OT right there. But again, overall, this is just shit that we can't control. We just move forward. Everything looked good. Everything looked decent. And then all of a sudden, overtime, and then they killed the play. So those two plays is what caused me to lose one unit. Otherwise, I would have had a decent day. But it is what it is. We move forward. So I have two plays for you guys. Let me first give you guys the shots on goal. If you guys want to take a screenshot of this, these are the players for hockey that have strong streaks. So, for example, this guy up here, he has a 5-game winning streak with hitting two shots on goal and so on. I'm not going to get into all the details there, but you can take a screenshot if you want. Next one is the points, rebounds, and assists. Same thing. Luka has hit this 50.5 line 6 straight games. Dyson Daniels has hit this 24.5 line 5 straight games, and so on. So these are just very strong streaks of what's been going on in the NBA and the hockey. I will tell you I have 3 plays in hockey on shots on goal. I'm staying away from the points, rebounds, and assists for today. All right, so let me get right into this now. For the play for football today, I don't like it. There's a lot of contradictions. I've already placed a bet on the Patriots money line, and that was earlier in the week. And I had parlayed it with something else. They should be winning the game, 76% chance that they should be winning the game. But there's a lot of contradictions. The other thing, too, is that New York Giants are 0-12 on the road. So that helps out inside the Patriots game. Also, the over has hit 9 straight times. So this tool that I'm using is the Sharp Edge. You can see that they're supposed to win by 7. The current line is at 7. They started at a 3. Now they're currently at a 7. So I took the Patriots. I wouldn't recommend it. If you didn't take them with a parlay or something like that, I wouldn't touch them. There's a lot of other stuff that came up. I'm not going to get into those details, but they're saying that the Giants should have a chance to actually win this game, which, again, I'm staying away from. I would have stayed away from it. But anyways, I like the Patriots. I took them earlier in the week. If you haven't done so or parlayed it, I wouldn't touch it. But it does look decent. And NFL has burned me like crazy, so that's another thing. All right, so here's the tool. This thing in the morning, I get an alert at 6 in the morning, at noon, and then at 6 p.m. So this is a tool that I created, and it's inside the Sharp Edge. So the Sharp Edge actually looks like this, where you get a bunch of analysis and stuff like that. But this tool here is called line move. So this is a sharp line move detector. Okay, so what this does is it goes through every single game that's going on for these sports right here: NBA, NFL, NHL, and college football. And I'll just kind of guide you through them very quickly. But you can see even in hockey, it gives you some plays: college football, NFL, NBA. So what this does, again, is just gives you the opening line versus the current line. It gives you the betting percentages. It gives you the money percentages. It gives you differentials, like as far as what one side is going against the other, as far as, like, for example, here, what the split is 63. Over here is the split is 66. So that's for the bet splits, and that's why the differential is a +3. So the differential on the bet percentages for that team. So anyways, the more important thing to look at is this green number here. So, for example, the Hawks versus the Pistons. The Pistons opened at a 5.5. They're currently at 9.5. So that's a 4-point line move. Cavaliers and Pacers, they started at a 2.39. They're currently at a 2.33. So that's a 6-point line move. Hornets and the Nets, 2.31 to 2.27. That's a 4-point line move, and so on. I'm not going to go through all of them, but you can see a lot of these are less than like 2, 3, 4 points and stuff like that. So this tool right here has been a game changer. And so even, for example, I'll show you the Patriots, like I just showed you today. The Patriots started at a 3, and now it's currently at a 7. The reason that this is not up here with the diamond is because it's not a reverse line move, meaning that the betting percentages and the money percentages are quite even. So that's why it's not like a strong play, because it's not considered a reverse line move. I hope that makes sense. All right, guys, I'm going to get right into it. This is the tool that I use to get the information. I also have some sharp plays information. So, for example, it'll give you the strong leans to look at right here, sharp plays. All of this is inside the Sharp Edge tool. The link is in the description. You can get 14 days for free for that. And then I'll get right into it. So the first one I'm looking at is going to be the Hawks versus the Pistons. And you can see the line did start at a 5.5 over here, and it's currently at a 9.5. So like I mentioned earlier, it went 4 points in the direction of Detroit. So I'll give you some indications here. Look at the injuries here. So you got Porzingis is questionable and Trae Young is out. You do have a lot of questionable and out over here. So we're looking at Detroit. That started at a 5.5. Currently 9.5. So like I said, 4-point move. So let me see what else. So this is what's considered a reverse line move, because the line, the percentage of the money is coming in on the Hawks. Okay, so again, it's going against the public. So that's called a reverse line move. Like I mentioned, Trae Young is out right here. Porzingis is questionable. So those two are very key players, and they're going to hurt massively on the Atlanta side. A few more things about Detroit. They're 16-4, so they have one of the best records in the NBA. Cade Cunningham is having an all-star year. He's hitting, I think, like 40 PRAs. His line is usually like 45 points, rebounds, and assists. So this dude is an all-star caliber season. Also, when they're at home, they're very dominant for Detroit. And the projections have Detroit for, let me look at this. So the projections show that the Pistons should win this game by 10 points. You can see right here. Again, this tool is the Sharp Edge. It has a bunch of other tools inside of it. But you can see the projected is for them to win by 10 points. So my first play is what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Pistons, and I'm going to buy it back to the original line of -5.5. And I was able to get that on FanDuel for like 170, something like that. All right, so that's the first play. Detroit -5.5. So I did have, like I said, 3 shots on goal. These have been hitting at about a 85 to a 90% hit rate. I do have 3 of them. And then I also have 3 plays. I'm going to give you 2. I just gave you 1. And then we have some, I'm waiting for my business partner. He comes up with some NHL stuff, college stuff, things like that. So sometimes he comes up with some NFL as well. So we should, if you guys want access to all of those plays, the link is in the description. You can get the 1 week pass or the 1 day pass for that information. Also, make sure you get the free picks, links in the description for that, and check out, subscribe so you can get all this information and these posters and things like that. All right. So the next play, this one has been actually, if you've been looking at my videos the last week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, we're looking at fade. And this has been good since like for 2 seasons now. And now, especially with Cam Thompson being out, for looking at the Brooklyn Nets on the under, they do not score a lot of points. So current line started at a 2-3-1. The line started at a 2-3-1. It's currently at a 2-2-7. 81% of the bets, 84% of the money is going on the over, yet the line is going down 4 points. And like I said, once you start looking deeper into this kind of stuff, you can see you got Cam Thomas is out. You got these other guys over here questionable or out. And then you got a bunch of injuries. And then all of these guys are questionable. So the only ones that would really be scoring in this game is going to be LaMelo Ball, Mikal Bridges, and that's about it. I mean, there's not too many superstars here. So again, the line shifted 4 points on the under. I'm going to give you guys a little bit more information. It did start at a 2-3-1, currently 2-2-7, 4-point drop. And again, reverse line move. Cam Thomas is out. What else do we got? Brooklyn is starting Igor Damon. This guy here. Charlotte is missing Grant Williams, Pat Connaughton, and Josh Green. So neither team, like I said, has firepower, okay? Brooklyn is 3-16 in the last 19 games, so they have the worst record in the league. They have a very weak offense. Charlotte is 6-14. They're also struggling. So both of these 2 teams are struggling to score. Brooklyn is 0-9 at home, so they can't even score at home. All right, so I'm going back. I'm buying it to the original line of 2-3-1. So that's my second play for you guys. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll repeat exactly the 2 plays. The first one, I took Pistons at a 5.5 on the spread. And then I'm taking Hornets and Nets on the under 2-3-1. All right, guys. Thank you so much, man. Let's have a great day. Again, sometimes we can't avoid the bullshit, but it is what it is. That's what this business is. You got to get used to losing as well. So thank you so much. Appreciate it.